Oh my god. Oh, look at you. Oh. Alright, I just need to adjust my camera. Okay. Hold on. I'm in starting soon right now, so I do have the stream up, but it's just not. I don't have the thing up
Okay.
yet.
That's
Yeah, sorry it was a little delayed because there was construction going on. Well, it was, but you know everybody's taking a break, so I'm using this is a perfect opportunity, and like I don't want to delay this because I don't know if tomorrow will be better. Probably
Oh
not.
yeah, cause today's the new season Apex.
New season of Apex. Oh my
Yes.
goodness! Holy crap! New Pexing. Oh my god! Like oh my god! Oh my god! New Pexing. Like holy crap!
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I said I had to look good because you already know it was a new season. I wanted to look right, you know. And then I'm gonna go back to my freaking sweats and hoodies.
You that is so adorable. Putting all this work just for this what
Oh
20-year old
yeah.
what white man dog.
No, like I was an interview, like I gotta look my best. You already know. Like I was like, nah,
All right.
like I had to look good.
No, you look amazing. That
Thank you.
you should not be pressured. Um, hold on. Sorry, I'm just making sure. Almost ready. I just have to hold on. Uh, yeah, and also then. Oh wait a minute. Did I get it right? Hold on. Hold on. Well, it's doing that minus second, like not where it's kind of live but not actually live. Okay. Okay. Well, I think we can go ahead. Let's see. 5, 6. Oh my gosh, it's counting down the time of the seconds.
Oh no.
Oh my. Oh, no, no. No, no. Oh my. What did I just do? Oh. Gonna move Discord. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm gonna move my Discord over here. Then make sure that the website is just right here. Okay. Oh, not T-Mobile and the spazzy dudes. All right, we get it. Yes, T-Mobile. Oh my God. When the? I don't know why I have it switched to commercial. I'm gonna hold on. Okay. Right, and then guides. Okay. Oh. All right. I think I got everything, unless there's something on your end. Unless and there's something on your end in which they have to. Oh my god! Holy crap! Oh my gosh! Am I speaking to the legendary Sprxxkle? How did you? No, how do you pronounce your username?
It's Sprinkle. It's Sprinkle.
Oh, not Sprxxkle.
Not everybody says sprinkles or
Sprinkle.
sparkle. Every time I go to somebody's stream, they like, is it sparkle or is it sprinkle? All the randoms on like Apex will say some weird stuff.
Like
It's
Sprinkle double X.
Yes. It's a funny story. Like I actually I came up with that name like when I was on PlayStation. I had it like ever since like for 4 years. And it was like so weird because my first name started like with an S. But it was like too kiddie-ish. And I said, nah, let me just like put some spice into it, you know? Let me just put sprinkle into it. And that's how I made it. Like
Aw.
that. And it worked out.
It did. It did.
It did.
No, I'm happy that you're so goddamn adorable. Because I know, like, before we even started, yeah, I think I stumbled on in your chat, and you were like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, I know who this is. I know who." I'm like, "What? I'm just some random white dude on the internet. I don't get it." But they. It's that beard, that redhead beard.
No, like I saw you on on Twitter. I'm sorry, it was the airplane, but I saw you on Twitter and I saw like all these like, black creators get interviewed. And I was like, oh my gosh, like he interviews black creators. And I was like, that's so cool. That's so creative. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then when you texted me and it was like, oh, do you want to be interviewed? And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm new to streaming. Like I don't know. I don't
You're
know.
new to
I don't know.
streaming?
Yes.
How new are you to streaming? You almost have like 1,000 followers.
Literally, I would say I've been around since last year, but I really didn't take streaming seriously last year. I was gonna wait until like I had like all the the when I went to PC because I was just streaming on PlayStation. I actually started in December, and then ever since then I just started growing. I just connect and network with a lot of people.
That's how the game is played. That's how you do it. So no,
Mm-hmm.
thank you. And see, even oh, okay, never mind. I thought I was gonna do a little cat cam, but never mind. But even I think that is awesome the way that the way that you're growing,
Mm-hmm.
as fast as you are. I mean, like you got sponsorships, you got what is it, the Bunny Gang, you got all this stuff, this stuff like supporting your growth, and that is amazing for even just a year. See, I know you would show up because you like staring at whatever the heck is going on. Okay.
You just want a little attention. That's all.
Okay, well, for those who don't know, what exactly do you do when you turn the camera on? Like, what kind of streams?
I do just chatting streams, mostly Apex streams. But when I'm like getting ready to stream and I'm just waiting for like a lot of people to come in, I go to just chatting. So that gives like enough time for people to come in and I have the starting stream. But if it's just like already like a lot of people in there, I just go right into the game and do like just chatting later. So that's kind of how like I just like start my stream.
Okay, okay. Well, why mostly Apex?
It's a game that I've been playing before I started streaming. I started playing Apex when I was on my Xbox, but I moved to PlayStation, so I was like 4 years ago. I think I found most of my skill when it comes to Apex versus with other games. But now when I see like, okay, I can play other games besides Apex, because my community would like tell me like, we want to play other games besides Apex. I was like, okay, okay, okay. So we just literally like, started to just be a variety streamer because sometimes I do get tired of Apex. I don't feel like
Mm.
want to play Apex like throughout my whole entire stream because it does get draining. But for the most part, I just play Apex because like a lot of people know me from there. That's where a lot of my growth has came from. Is from like Apex, the majority of it.
Okay. Well, what about Apex in particular? That's kind of I guess gravitated you to primarily focusing on that.
I like it because it does help me grow. Because I like a lot of people will just make comment like, "Oh my gosh, you're so," and stuff like this. So I just feel like when I see like a lot of people like play Apex, I feel like that's just where my connecting and networking is like based off of it. Because a lot of people that I know that plays Apex and I like network with them a lot. That's
Okay.
what you, yeah.
Okay. And
Hmm.
where would you say? I guess where would you say where you started gaming versus when you started making content?
Gaming, I would say 2017 because I really wasn't like thinking about content creating because I just wanted to game. I was a kid, I was 17 years old. That's all you wanted to do was game. And I would say when quarantine was around 2020, I was, that's where I first discovered Twitch. Was like, oh, okay, well, I see a lot of, people like me, that create content, so I should just give it a go. But I was never into the gaming content. I was more into the, you know, um, I would say like the fashion, get ready with me's, clothes, reviews, them type of content. And I would say with gaming content, I started that around 2021.
Okay. Well, you said in 2017 you were 17. How old are you? If I may
20.
ask.
I'm about to, my birthday tomorrow. I'm gonna be 24.
Oh my god, I am old. That just dawned on me. It's 27. Oh my, wait, 2017. Wait.
I
Hold.
was 17 going on I was 16 going on 17.
Oh my
Cause my
god.
birthday, yeah, May 8th.
Oh my god. I have much about my life to rethink now that I'm beyond. Because I grew up with gaming with the DOS and the computers, then the Nintendo 64, and probably your generation's like, what the crap is that? A Nintendo
All right.
64, a PlayStation.
I don't know anything about that. I do know about the PlayStation too. I was saying one of my family members. I don't know. I was young. I was really young, but I do remember one of my family members was like, they did play GTA. They did play GTA. I was like, and I played
Mm,
it because I was bored. Like I didn't know anything about that, and I
mm.
was not even old enough. I was not even old enough to play it. So I was like, oh, yes, I played it, and then ever since then, like I didn't stop playing it. But I did play Toontown. I don't know if you were familiar with that game,
Yeah.
Toontown Online. Yeah, I did play that when I was 10 years old though. That was literally the first video game I had my hands on was Toontown. And I was
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, fun fact: my first console was a Nintendo 64. See, that's the OG. See, you're not a real gamer unless you play the OGs.
Don't listen to me.
You need to play the OGs. Where's your NES with the Super Mario Brothers cartridge?
Don't listen to me.
I just want to see a bunch of like Gen X people and just throw like a Sega Genesis in front of them, and then they'll go, "Wait, what is this? Can I connect to the internet?
Well,
Is this a
all we
battle
know is
royale?"
Xbox. All we know is Xbox, 360s and PlayStation 3s, like 4s. Like we don't know nothing about. That's the truth be told. We just try to fit in. That's okay.
No, we got gatekeep. No, I'm glad you found glad you found gaming how because gaming does deserve to be with everybody. There's different types of games and
Yes.
game genres and all that. Well, that does bring something interesting. Do you ever see yourself wanting to basically play those games that came out before your time?
Last night I did play Toontown. Last night it was like very new. I don't know. I feel like a my 10-year-old self was like screaming inside like, oh my gosh, like you're actually playing this, like, and it was very good because I'm just to see like a lot of people still play it and they even stream it. It's kind of like, okay, well maybe I can like be a Toontown creator and make something big out of it because I do know two of like one of the big Toontown creators, and I used to watch them all the time. But I just something about Apex just went back to me, and I just
Mm,
saw how they grew tremendously with the game,
mm.
and they made everybody play it. That's how it was.
Okay, okay. Well, no, I'm thinking about going back with Two Town. That's not old enough. I mean, like
Um,
uh, the Super Nintendo, the Game Gear, the
uh,
Dreamcast.
let me think.
Like heck no, you old fossils, you dinosaurs.
I'm
Get
not
that
that
crap out of
old.
my face.
Oh my gosh. Toontown is old though. I it came out like
Not old
late
enough.
20s. Not old enough.
No,
I thought
no.
it came out like in
Yeah,
the early 2000s.
no. You got no. The thing is, you got to be 80s. You got to be 90s. You
Oh,
got to be early.
80s. You talking about when gaming was first invented.
No, that was 70s. See, look at you and your out knowledge. 19. Well, actually, I don't even know the real year, but 19. That could be a stream challenge. If someone puts a DOS computer in front of your face, and then you play you play
Yeah.
Pong. No, you play.
You like
See,
how much money?
reality film me first invented. No, mm-mm. See, reality gets me.
Do you know how much like a old gaming system would be? I would get my hands on an old game. That would be like
Emulate it.
$1,000
Yeah,
to
well,
be.
no,
Yeah.
emulate it on PC. They all these old games that people don't sell anymore. You can pretty much download them on your PC.
Mm. I had never thought of that.
Yeah,
Cause I was
but
new. I was new to like PC. Like literally, I did not know anything about that. 'Cause I see like people was playing like old games, and I was like, "That you can play that, and it won't be like what the graphics." I was always scared about that. I was
you're one of those
yeah.
people. The graphics. Okay. All right. Never mind. Okay,
It's
fine.
okay. It's okay.
Then Dragon's Lair. There you go.
Like you know what? It's okay. It's all right. You got it.
they're cheap. They're cheap. Trust us. That depends. They can be cheap,
Yeah.
but like literally, some like physical game copies now they'll go for hundreds of dollars. So really,
Mhm.
emulating is kind of the best way to go about things. Plus, it is convenient. I mean, as long as it's something that's not even being sold anymore, I think that's fine. But besides that, no, I just honestly, I'm happy to see how much gaming has evolved in ways in which it's entertained new generations and has been something
Mhm.
that's still celebrated today, as it should be. Um,
Yeah.
so regardless of like what generation of gaming you're into, that's I don't think there's a wrong answer. Unless you play
No.
Candy Crush, and I'm kidding. Uh,
No, we don't. I don't play that. I don't know.
See, that's what I love about this. I'm not even cracking jokes, and yet I'm making you giggle, and that's a mission accomplished.
Listen, one thing about me that you should know, like I am a very bubbly person. I literally every time, like when someone makes a small joke, I still laugh because that's just my sense of humor. Like you know,
That's good. You know, stay in a positive state of mind. That's amazing thing to have. Um. Okay, grandma like grandpa game. Okay, I don't know what's going on. Grandpa game. I don't know what that means. Grandpa game. Anyway,
he's silly. He's silly. He's silly.
okay.
He's silly.
um. So, what did you expect to get the tight to get to where you're at now with your content creation life? You mentioned streaming, and then like people who check out your Twitch and they know there's like a little loading screen, and it's like you have a little slideshow of like your Instagram and all that. Did you expect to get where you're at right now?
No, I personally, I had so many days where like I felt like, oh my gosh, like I'm not trying hard enough. Sometimes I feel like sometimes I felt like I was like giving up. So what I think where I came, oh, excuse me,
Okay. Oh no.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
is there a break in? Okay. Let me
no,
call the
no, it's
police.
okay.
Please, somebody's at Sprxxkle's door.
It's okay.
Arrest them.
But
No.
no, for real though, like
Yeah.
I had so many days where like I felt like I you know, just wanted to give up. Um,
Mm.
I had so many of my friends and my boyfriend. He's in the chat. That's him right there. That's him. And
Oh.
he yeah, they literally like motivated me to be like, this is what you want to do. You need to do it. Stop procrastinating. If this is what you put your time and effort in, you need to get working because you you can't like just stop what you're doing. You see what I'm saying? And so I feel like that motivated me to push to where I'm at. When you say, you know, if I like what I would have got there, honestly, with the mindset that I used to have, no. But the mindset that I do have right now, yes. Because it's it's like a passion, and I have the creativity, I have the skill, and I have the personality. So when the content is flowing, it just feels like it's I can be myself, and I've been hiding that for so long. If I didn't put myself out there and just like show myself to the whole entire world, I don't think I would have had almost 800 followers or 700 followers on Twitter or even close to 1,000 on TikTok. I wouldn't be where I am.
Okay, so you pretty much take advantage of all the socials when you, put out your content. Like you mentioned TikTok and Instagram.
Yes.
Like,
Hmm.
how do you use places outside of Twitch to help bring awareness to
Um,
Twitch?
I use places outside of Twitch. So Twitter I use for networking and just like finding new people to play with. Want to collab one day, or just to support other people. And then I use my TikTok for my content. So it's kind of like for the people that didn't watch my stream that day, and or if I just have content, they can watch what I do outside of just streaming, not just sitting at my desk playing video games. Y'all can see me like do get ready with me's. Y'all can see me do just like creative like content that's pertaining to streaming. And then also like, I just make, cool TikToks. And then for Instagram, it's kind of like the same thing, but um it's more like, just pictures of me just showing off like, setups, or just me just like, oh hey, I'm streaming, and stuff like that, or just like going out places, just taking beautiful pictures. But mostly I use my Twitter
Mm.
to do the base of the work to help me grow.
And how are you liking Twitter? Well, no, it's X. See, now we have
X.
to get to
Now see,
Gen Y, because Gen Y doesn't
we
know that
let's
Twitter
replay.
exists.
Let's restart this interview. Let's just cut that out. Let's just cut that out. We don't. Ain't nobody gotta know. But X.
Okay,
I
okay.
I like X because I think it's just, I like it sometimes without all the crazy stuff.
The
But
crazy
that means
stuff.
I'm on the good side because everything I see is, just gaming and people, achievements, and I like that. I like that. So
Okay.
I like that because I'm on the good side of X, not the bad side of it.
Okay, so you managed to avoid like all the racism and all
Yeah.
the Kendrick Lamar stuff and like all that.
Yeah. I don't. No drama. No drama for me.
Okay, I love that mindset. Hold on, Candy Crush Grandpa Game. Well, what did they
Okay.
just do?
What?
I mean, anything could be a grandpa game.
Mm.
I know grandpa, or it's either grandma or grandpa who plays like GTA. So like,
Oh my
hey,
gosh.
that could be it. There's no such thing as a, we're not being ageist here, okay? Gaming is for everybody. As is for the younger generation, is for the older generation. If you have a 75-year-old man who wants to play Candy Crush and then decides to put on Super Mario 64, or then just decides to play Apex Legends, heck yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? We need an Apex Legends Elder tournament. Like people in their 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s playing Apex Legends and kicking each other's butt. I want to see that. Yeah.
Listen, I would love to see. I would love to see a 70-year-old gamer play Apex and manage to get Apex Predator. That would be like, everybody would be like, what? If they could do it, then I can do it too. So
Well, maybe they just have special skills that are just unique to them. That doesn't
yeah.
mean anything. Oh, that old
Mm-hmm.
man can do it, then I can do better. Because
Yeah.
he's old.
What is he doing on the game? What am I doing wrong, man?
You're so goddamn adorable. You know what? I'm
I need to be studying more. Like, what's going on?
um, man, listen to Twitter. Yeah, I guess. Um, okay, well, I do love that you have a positive mindset. It's not always easy for everybody to have, and it's just for words of affirmation. It's just believing in yourself and just knowing your worth, knowing you're loved, knowing you're important, and you deserve to be on here on this planet, on this earth, and especially with gaming. How do you keep that flowing through you no matter what happens?
I feel like, there's a lot of negativity in the world to keep, you know, and it helps me block that out and focus on what's important, because what's important is me, growing, you know, being better at what I'm doing, you know, and just like helping other people grow too. Because like I always like a lot of people always tell me like the internet is big enough for everybody. Everybody can get famous. Everybody can, get a lot of views on TikTok, Twitter, and just so all types of social media. So, the internet is free to everybody to use, and it's very much free to support a lot of people that be supporting you. And I always do that. Like I like supporting people. I like commenting under their posts. I like sometimes reposting them or reposting a video. It's very much, because like social media is very free to use. and it's free for everybody to get big off of, not just one person. That's what keeps me going. It's just by supporting other people and just blocking out every little negative thing that's in the world that can harm me and that can make me lose focus on what I got to be doing.
That's a great way to look at it. Um, and um, do you like? I know we talked about the internet, but do you have these experiences like out of the internet as well?
Do
Because
you
you were
mean? What do you
mentioning that
mean?
you kind of grew up young into the internet, and that could be a whole different world to live
Where
in.
I grew up, where like it was Instagram, Facebook, them type of apps. So like I would say like since I was born in 2000, I never really knew MySpace.
Mm.
But I heard of MySpace when I was little, but I never used it. I was like too young to use it. So I was first introduced. If it's like when it came down to me, like getting my first iPhone, I would say like what introduced me to social media would have to be Facebook and Instagram. Those are like the only two. And then it transferred over to Snapchat and then TikTok. Well, at the time it was Musically. It was at the time it was Musically. So, um, that was my first big platform was Musically. Besides Instagram, even though when Instagram was popping, Musically came around, and that's what really got me into just creating like content, doing the little dances and stuff like that. And then the big stuff would be like X, Twitch, TikTok, and then just a whole bunch of other like streaming and all the platforms and stuff like that.
Okay, well, what I mean is like, do you like say the internet was not present
Yeah.
and you were to just focus on the life outside. You mentioned like traveling and taking photos and all that. Do you,
Modeling, yes, I would if literally if streaming was not there and the internet was not there and we just had to based off of like paper and just like text message, I would most definitely be modeling right now. I wouldn't be I wouldn't be, I would be definitely modeling and traveling and into like a lot of fashion if the internet was like just not big, if
okay.
you see what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I would not when it comes to streaming, no. I wouldn't be. I would be modeling.
Okay. So do you then see yourself like is it because the internet that you aren't pursuing this modeling, or do you still see yourself? I'm gonna model and also be a Twitch streamer. Or do you see the internet as more of like a benefit or a harm to kind of your everyday living, whether you are being a content creator or not?
um, the internet in both ways. To be honest, I see it in both ways.
Okay.
Sometimes it can be harmful. Sometimes it doesn't be harmful. But I know a lot of people use the internet to harm people, and then I know a lot of people use the internet to just do their own thing and don't care about like the harmful things. So it's kind of like the internet is kind of like a 50-50.
Okay.
It depends on what you're watching. It depends on what you get yourself involved into. If I like involve myself into like a whole bunch of like harmful things, that's what the internet is going to have me attracted to. But if I um surround myself with like positive and okay, well, this person's doing successful things, I'm going to attract that, if that makes any sense.
That does. And I like that you do have that mindset because it could be very easy. Because I always wonder what the generations after mine um, sort of kind of reacts to a world that was different, especially in the in the subject of social media and the internet, because it can be very easy to kind of get consumed in the wrong path. And I don't mean to make this discussion of the internet is bad or stay off the internet. I definitely not. I've seen many good things about the internet, about online, that generations before me would never see. Oh, they only see bad things, and obviously, whenever there's something new that comes a generation after you, the generation before just doesn't understand it, so they rebel against it.
Mm.
Um, but that being said, I have seen both good and bad stories of how the internet has affected the generations ahead. But that's a good mindset and even response to at least how you're adapting to the life that you grew up in your generation. That is probably different from mine and different from maybe the generation after, where who knows, maybe Apex Legends will be 12 years old, and I don't know
Yeah.
if you ever thought about that. Like when you hit your 30s or your 40s, and suddenly all these games that you really like, and there are these kids going like, What's Toontown? What's Snapchat?"
Honestly, when it comes to like Apex, I I love the game, but I don't probably see it being in my like 40s. I
Oh,
probably just how like cuz how the game is. It's already like in its like 21st like season. So I wouldn't say like I would see it in like my 40s. But I probably would see it in my 30s cuz like, I'm there. I'm halfway there. Halfway in, just a couple more years.
okay. So why would you say you probably won't see it? You mentioned seasons, but I think with online games,
Mhm.
their main goal is to make sure they keep making money, even if it's free to play. That's why
Yeah.
like Apex Legends has I mean, all games have microtransactions and all that. But if you think about it, Apex Legends could have an unlimited amount of seasons. It really depends. Are
Mhm.
they making money as a free to play game? So you saying you wouldn't see it when you're in your 40s. That's really going to depend on how many people would be playing Apex Legends by then.
Yeah.
So that's
Mhm.
interesting to think about. Um, now, um, I haven't played Apex since at least a while ago. I do know there was a recent thing. If I have this correct, there was a hack that
Hmm.
allowed some players to basically cheat, and then some people were like not playing Apex until they fixed it.
Oh, that
Um,
was last month.
Last month. Okay.
Yeah. That I heard about that on Twitter. It was like very dangerous to play it because somebody hacked into the ALGS, I guess the scrims at the time, and they were hacking into a lot of people's accounts, and it was very, very much unsafe to play. People was getting gifted like a lot of Apex packs. There was one person that had like 500 Apex packs because the person, hacked into their account. So it was very dangerous. I would say Apex do have they I don't know if they fixed it, but they do have a bad anti-ban system. A lot of people was talking about that. They had like a really bad anti-ban system, and it just allowed a lot of hackers. And to this day, it is a lot of still hacking people that do, aimbot, et cetera, in the game. Even after all that happened last month.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if that were to happen,
Yeah.
and it will get to the point where you're not play Apex, do you have this like Plan B
I
game to fall
do.
back on?
I do. And it's kind of good that I'm starting it now. I would say if Apex was to be gone tomorrow, like I would have like I would just have like just chatting, and then I would just start playing different other games like the finals. I do play the finals. I just started a series, Resident Evil 7. Um, so like I have like a whole bunch of games in my mind that if Apex was not like was gone, I would play them and still like grow from that and not be afraid to step out of my comfort zone when it comes to playing just one specific game.
Okay. No,
Yeah.
that's important. Uh, well, which I guess that brings to this. What would you say defines you separately from other creators, especially Apex Legends creators? Um, you mentioned doing just chatting, but what would be another thing that would set you apart from the rest?
I think it's personality. I don't know why I keep on going back to that, but like I would just think it would be my personality. Um, I think a lot of people do like my personality when it comes to Apex. I do bring a little something to the table. I'm not like just your normal like type of like Apex streamer, that's like, oh, she's a sweat, or or she like has this like mindset of being like very much, I guess, competitive. So like I'm kind of like your fun type of FPS streamer that that dies a lot but still makes it a joke, or you know doesn't take it as much serious as it needs to be, because I'm all about fun. I think that's what separates me from a lot of Apex streamers. And then even like when if Apex was gone, I would still do that like with the finals, or I would do that with Fortnite or
Hmm.
Overwatch.
Hmm.
I would still like have that same personality. I wouldn't change that personality if Apex was like gone. I'll still have that.
Okay. Um. So, you don't cuss people out on Apex? You don't be
No.
like, "Oh, you mother effer! I shot you in the face! God dang
No, no, no. I'll be having randoms that be like on some other level type stuff,
it!"
like,
Oh,
and I'll
really?
be like, like I don't know you, but
Oh.
I don't to the point. If it's to a point where like on stream, now if it be on stream, like I would definitely call that person out if they like talking to me crazy, and like they be
Hmm.
like, I had that one incident, and um it was like 2 months ago. I was playing with one of my homegirls, and we was playing pubs, and this like it was like a Bangalore, and like he was like, I was hyping him up. I'm not the type of person to hype people up, like random or not, like I'm gonna hype you up. So like I was hyping him up, and then he was like, get out of here, and I was like, dang, I was just hyping you up, and I was like, but I let it slide though because he knew I was streaming, so it kind of put him in the embarrassing like spot, like, oh my god, like I did this and this girl streaming, like I just embarrassed myself. So that was kind of like on his end. But like other than that, like I never ran into like um people that would like just be like so harmful to me. But I do see a lot of people that be like very much, you know, sometimes like racist, sometimes be like just
Hmm.
mean to gamer girls for whatever
Hmm.
reason. And so, other than that, like the randoms that I do be getting, they be like just silly, sometimes out of pocket, but sometimes they got good vibes, you know. But I never rage. I think when I was like 17, going on 20, I would always rage.
17 going on 20, so you skipped 3 years?
No, no, 17 through 20. 17
What
through
kind
20.
of magic are you on? So are you 30 tomorrow? Oh my goodness.
I'm a,
Okay.
I'm a time traveler. I'm from the past.
Okay. Okay. All right.
But no, like when I was 17, through like 17 through 20, I would always rage. I would always like be raging at my team. Just for like the smallest things.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So you don't rage anymore. You'll never do it ever
I don't
again.
nah, I don't rage no more.
Okay.
Cause I already know it's gonna happen. Like, if somebody can't win like a certain fight or whatever, I just like you'd be like, okay,
All
just brush
right.
it off.
Block.
Next match.
Next person. You better play
Block.
better.
I'm not seeing you ever again.
Oh no, I was just kidding. Okay, all right,
Oh,
all
oh,
right.
oh, 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 my bad.
I'll
I,
make sure I'll make sure I go diamond on Apex then. God dang.
I haven't been diamond like in like 2 seasons because rank has not. I don't know about this season because I haven't checked it out yet, but like the past seasons was so bad. Like nobody played rank. Rank was just it was just too much. Like it just goes with back to the cheater, question. Like it was like the cheaters in rank. It was very enjoyable to play. But hopefully this season can change my mind and can change a whole lot of people's mind.
So what would define as a cheater?
I would say that cheating can be, somebody that doesn't treat the game how it's supposed to be treated. Like they make it
Well,
easy
okay.
to like they make it easy to play it instead of like grinding for the like the hard way. It's kind of like in real life, somebody wants it easy and not grind for it the hard way. You see what I'm saying?
Well, what I mean is like,
Yeah.
so if like someone beats you at the game,
Yeah.
and well, some people would say, "Oh, you're cheating, you're hacking or doing something," but they're just really skilled at the game. Like, how would you separate someone who's just really skilled versus someone who's actually cheating?
Seen like a lot of skilled players. I played with a lot of skilled players, and when somebody just like beams you right off the bat, like does like 200 damage to you, I'll say like red evos. That's what it's like. The shields they're called now, like evo shields or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
then if someone has a red evo and they just automatically just beam you through a wall, that's like wall hacks,
Okay.
aimbot. So that's what like that's what I think about like a cheater. But if someone's just like really good at the game that's been played so many times, like I wouldn't get mad because they've been playing this game long enough. They play it all the time. They know the skills. They know the ups and downs, side to side, everything about Apex. But I wouldn't get mad at that. But if someone just like randomly just does like 150 to me, and it's just like, whoa, that shouldn't be like that. It does have a lot of people start questioning.
Okay. Yeah, that's true because that's always a debate. Um, but I've seen that like now your content creation has gone to places as we mentioned before. You're having a sponsorship. I mean that's cool. And then Bunny Gang, like you got a community too. Like how does it feel to be a part of those things?
Good. I never thought that I would be in a position that I am right now. I never thought like when it came to Bunny Gang, I would say I never thought that they would pick me because I'm like I was very new. Like nobody. I didn't know nobody at the time, especially like when it came to just like not being around like a small group on Twitch last year versus to now. Literally that place and then this place, like I know like a lot of people versus how I knew a lot of people back then. So it's kind of like, okay, I was in the friends type of Twitch. I was just vibing out, getting the feel of it. And then I come to automatically take streaming seriously. I just see like, oh, this is a whole different ball game to what I used to like do last year. Like everybody's like on their stuff and everybody's, there's like just companies and brands picking them. So when Bunny Gang came to me in my stream, and it was like, "Oh my gosh, like you have a great personality, we love you." And I was like, "Oh my gosh," like, and when they picked me and they sent that text, they were like, "We accept you to be in Money Game because you bring what's in the table, you have a great community, great personality, you got, a good head." Like it made me feel good. And then when it started to, connections, and then people was like, "Oh my gosh, like you're so sweet, you gotta," it's the same thing over and over again. And then with Skytech Gaming, actually, I knew Skytech Gaming when I first got my PC set up, because like this whole entire, like, the PC setup that I have is like Skytech Gaming, besides like, HyperX and then Logitech, but the other setups is Skytech. So I kind of like they kind of noticed me when I posted my setup on Christmas Day, and ever since then they just knew me. They just, like, they picked me because they already, like, knew who I was. They followed me on Twitter and stuff like that. So it was kind of like it was really cool because that was like the first brand. Actually, they're the first, like, I guess, verified brand that has, like, said that, like, "Oh, we accept you to be in this program because we feel like the need," like, and it was very good. My community, I would say, you know, they love me, because I have a great personality. They feel, they could come in and just, like, you know, if they're having a bad day or they're not feeling good, they can, like, rely on me as, like, okay, like, I could just sit back and chill and just watch my favorite streamer just play, all types of video games, and, just chatting and just feel safe in a, like, safe space. So I would say that my streaming area is a safe space for everybody that comes in. If you're feeling bad, you're feeling depressed, you got a lot of stuff going on with, at home, you could come and I could take care of you. It's kind of like being a therapist, but, like, I would say, like, a gaming therapist. Just come and just use me as your safe place.
Okay. Um, do you what other sponsorships, if you could think of anything else that you would want to team up with?
Um, I think, well, everybody will say this, but I think Apex Legends. I think, to be honest, since that's the game that I literally, like, always play, I would say, like, I could see myself in the future, being caught up and say, "Yo, hey, like, we want you in this, like, Apex tournament that Apex is hosting." Or, like, "Yo, hey, we want you to be a part of, like, the Apex, team, and be a content creator and da da da." If that would have happened, I would, like, be over the moon. Like, that would be like, "Oh my gosh, like, that's actually something that, like, is cool." Like, that's something, like, what? I've been playing this game and they want to sponsor me? It's kind of crazy. I would be over the moon if they did that.
Okay. Well, do you know, like, about the there'd be like BIPOC Apex Legends tournaments, or like the I see a bunch of Apex Legends tournaments all around, like, especially Women's History Month, Black History Month, all that. Do you see yourself wanting to compete in those things?
Hey, yeah, I would do it for fun. Since I'm not, like, a competitive type of player, I would do it just, like, oh, to make content, be like, "Oh my gosh, like, YouTube, hey YouTube, like, we're in this Apex, Black History, Month tournament, and this is how it went. If we got first place, second place, or just even 10th place, I would still enjoy it either way." I do see myself doing stuff like that. I thought about doing that, like, last year, but that was when, like, I wasn't into the content and streaming. I was just for the fun, but I did see that last year about, like, people hosting, Apex Black History tournaments, and this, the small tournaments, like Control, Team Deathmatch, and stuff
Hmm.
like that. I did see that.
Okay. Well, I guess to conclude on that with Apex Legends, like you don't see yourself as a competitive streamer or competitive Apex Legends. Um, some would say that the way to play Apex Legends is to be competitive. How do you play such a very competitive shooter in a non-competitive way and encourage that to other people?
Say that a lot of people have different play styles.
Right.
I know that for a fact. Um, and how I would encourage somebody that's not into the competitive way, I would just tell them, pubs, you could play pubs competitively, you could play pubs uncompetitively, you could play rank competitively, and you could play rank uncompetitively. When I say rank uncompetitively, I would say that just grinding the rank for fun and seeing how it goes until you have that mindset. Okay, I want to be a competitive Apex player because I played rank for fun and didn't expect to be diamond, or just played it for fun. I didn't expect to be masters. And then when you just keep on and keep on and keep on and keep on and be like, your mindset is going to be like, I'm really good at this game, or um I want to try this for the first time. So like I would encourage people like that. If you want to play it for fun and see how it goes, that's what I would say.
Okay. Um, and you don't hear any of that in the background, do you?
Oh, it's okay. I don't hear nothing.
Okay.
It's okay. Look, I go downstairs like we got some. Yeah.
Okay. Oh dear. All right. Oh my. Oh. Okay. All right. Um, have you have you been out to conventions, like places with other
No,
creators?
but I want to. I have plans this year on going to DreamHack because I do live close to ATL, and
Ah.
I literally want to go to DreamHack. I literally like would like want to go to a convention. I think BunnyCon was like the first online convention that I participated in. I did the road to BunnyCon, and I feel like when they do those online conventions, I think it gets us ready for the people that's new to streaming, or um haven't been to a convention, to see what is actually a preview of what it's like, or you get to experience like other people you know connecting. And literally, when I first participated in that, I was like, okay, I want to go to these conventions. I want to like go out. Um, Big Creator had something in ATL. It had like a meetup in ATL, and I missed it because I was like, oh my, And so it's something that I really would like to go to. I do, like I said, like I do have plans on going to DreamHack by the end of this year and seeing what's it about. Just getting into
Okay.
the feel of it.
I should. Does your family know about your content creation life?
Yes, they do.
They were like, are they cheering you on or be like, honey,
Yes.
you gotta find a better life than this. Go be an accountant.
N-
Go be a lawyer. Why you play video games online? What the crap?
actually, um they gave me the PC for Christmas. I think what
Oh,
proved to
okay. So you're
them.
spoiled. All right.
No. What I would prove to them is what my first paycheck. Literally, I started like when I started, like I was streaming for fun last year, like in August. But I made affiliate in February. But I
Okay.
never took it seriously until I was like, okay, this is what I want to do. Let me just try it and see if this is what I want to do. So in August, that's when I was like, okay, I'm just streaming. When I made my first paycheck after I hit the $50, I'm sorry, my stomach. But after I made the $50 from being a Twitch affiliate, I made $70 at the time. That was my first paycheck from Twitch. That proved to them that, okay, this is what you want to do. This is what you're going to put your time in. We are going to get you the PC and see how it goes. And then after, like, when I started like getting paid more and stuff like that, they was like, okay, I see what this is about.
Okay.
They've been very supportive ever since December.
I love that. I love that. And you know what? Because you mentioned earning money, saving up, which is important. There's a lot of things in life to save up. Um, yeah, like for example, um, oh, hold on. Did what? Oh, what's going on here? Uh oh. Oh my God. Hold on. I think my Discord froze. Hold
Okay.
on. Uh oh. Ooh. That was bad. Okay, there's a massive lag going on. I tried. I tried. Hold on. Let me make sure I get everything back here. What just happened? I was just trying to pull something up and okay. This is bad. This is bad. Hold on. Can I move this around? Can I move this around? Bring around town. Yes. Okay. Let's try this again. So you saving money, right? That's important.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of things in life to save up for. I mean, you mentioned getting a new computer, right? You can also,
I did. I did. I
yeah,
did. Hmm.
yeah. You can also save up getting some games from humblebundle.com. See, this is what you need, Sprinkle, is that you need good discounts on games, getting new games to play. I mean, look at this selection. Oh my goodness. Deals under $5. You just can just spend $5 on new games. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Okay, so now you don't have to buy anything. You
Hold on.
don't
I need to
just
look
to,
into that.
just yeah, this is an ad for Humble Bundle. I like to joke around my guests, also because
It's okay.
I'm a hoe because I am sponsored by Humble Bundle, so they tell me, but you gotta make an ad or else we're gonna come for you. No, that's not what they said, but I'm just paraphrasing. So exclamation mark Humble, and you get any games you want to get from PC or Switch, you can get them 20% off or more. Like Hogwarts Legacy, half off. Look at that. A brand new AAA
Mm.
game. You mentioned, well, hey, there's Fallout 4, the Fallout TV show. You can play Fallout for
Oh, I
$13.
seen that. I seen that everywhere.
Yeah.
Everybody been playing Fallout.
Yeah, you can too. You know what? Get upon it. Get right into it with Humble Bundle. And, it's 10% of buying something from Humble Bundle with the link Humble. Then, 10% goes back to Pawnspress. So you're supporting the show and supporting a good cause. Yada, yada, yada. All that good stuff. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Okay, that's enough. That's enough pandering. All right. Anyway, so
Okay.
um, I I am so proud of you for achieving what you are and just living a very happy life as a content creator at this young age, being successful, not having to worry about all of this stuff going on in the world. That's the
Yeah.
type of life to have, which is not easy to do. So you think of like how you're able to block off the negativity. It's not always worked for everyone,
Yeah.
and like any like good energy you could provide for others while you provide for yourself. I think just that personality of yours, that's a very important, very special, amazing personality, and I hope it gets you very far, especially with you mentioned going to DreamHack Atlanta. Um, um, what are some things that you are looking forward to in the years to come?
Um, goal for Twitch and well, I'm gonna start with Twitch first, but my goals with Twitch for the years to come, I would say, just like growing a bigger community, um, just that, just growing with, TikTok, YouTube, and just like growing my platforms and just continuously to see where that takes me. I would say with real life, I would say in the future, I do see myself, back modeling again. I do want to try that again because I did stop that because I
Mm-hmm.
wanted to, I wanted to be like a streamer. But now that like I see that like okay, I can do both. I can balance, my life like that, and I do see myself in the future being a model again and traveling and going places and spending time with like a lot of my family and my friends.
That's important. I love that, and I hope you continue to have that mindset and have that special love in your heart as you deserve. Sprinkle. I'm meaning it right. Sprinkle. Not sprinkle. Not sprinkle
Not
X.
Sprxxkle.
Not Sprxxkle.
Sprxxkles.
Sprig.
Right.
Like big creator. It's not big creator. Um,
Right.
but it's. I do definitely appreciate this time. You are a wonderful human being,
Of
and you can sit
course.
and you continue to bring that love in your heart as you grow on this platform, and more to come. Um, Who's watching or listening, whether it be audio or video, again, follow Sprinkle, twitch.tv/ and spelled SPRXXKLE, and do that everywhere. Make sure it's Sprinkle or Sprinkle Gaming. You're not finding any
Yes.
accidental,
Dope.
unrelated site that you shouldn't be on. So.
I felt the laugh coming.
When somebody puts three X's or two X's, that means
Oh,
something
three
else.
X's. That's kind of a lot. Two is enough.
No, but it works for you. So,
Yes.
tomorrow I'll do RP stream after 7 p.m. CST and G5M. I didn't do one Monday because I am actually trying to keep Monday as an off day. I work my butt off all day on the call center and get tired out, so I'm trying to keep Mondays as an off day. But tomorrow will be RP, on Friday and some other games. But in the meantime, yes, we're going to turn this to Bubble Brett B
Let's
doing
go.
talking. Let's go. And we'll see y'all again tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you so much, Sprinkle. Well, after
Of
7 p.m.
course.
CST, which that's 8 p.m. EST. Let me go ahead and Bubble Brett. And again, see y'all tomorrow. And of course, the VOD will be up and be saved, so y'all can watch this whenever,
Think.
clip
Yeah.
and all that. But then, y'all later.